Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I'm streaming the second match of Crucible. My opponent is Old McDonald. I don't know what alliance he's in, but it has black somewhere in the name. 30 million TCP. Definitely has done a really good job here. I really commend him so far in his attack. So if you look at where things are at, he has defeated 5 of my 6 teams. So it means that I need to beat 5 rooms more efficiently than him to win. We have a very similar offense defense mix. The difference between him and I is he did place Doom on defense. I kept him on offense. He also placed Infinity Watch on defense, and I kept them on offense. Instead, I have Eternals on defense. He put Eternals on offense. So that's the difference. We both, the other thing that he did is he also put Dormammu. So his Dormammu on offense I thought was very interesting because, wait, I think it wasn't here. It was, yep. He had a very interesting attack here. So he actually beat my Darkhold team with Brotherhood and Dormammu and Kestrel, which is very interesting. I've never seen this, and I commend him for the imagination that it took to come up with this counter. I think it's quite impressive. So I give him major props for that. So we've got to beat this guy who's done, I think, an excellent job. And to me, the obvious way of doing that is just to ignore his Darkhold team. To me, that means that I've got some tough fights here. I've got to beat Young Avengers, and I got to beat Wakanda. So, and I'm typing because I'm getting a lot of, good advice about how to take on those fights. I think Infinity Watch, I probably can just do the mirror. I think I'll have a lot left over. I should have a lot left over. A lot less left over for some of these other teams. So in terms of what my attack teams are, I'll just show you right now. And so we can take a look. So I do have A-Force plus. So I have Weapon X, which we both had on offense. I have Infinity Watch, which, instead of Eternals, which he had on offense. I have Secret Avengers Kestrel, which I can use somewhere. Uncanny, which I can use to beat the Web Warriors. And then I have A-Force plus Doom. So he put Doom on defense. I have Doom on offense. And then I have Wakanda on offense. He put Wakanda on defense. And he, as you can see, he replaced Killmonger with Doom. So I think what we're going to do. So what I recommend. So you can see kind of with the top teams. Last time I mentioned that my opponent went heavier on defense than me, and that was his undoing. This time it's more balanced. So, I think the trick. We both put Darkhold on defense. He found an amazing way to beat mine. We both put, I would say, a tricky defense out there. This is his attempt to put a tricky defense out there, and I think that. There's two different ways I can go here. So what I've always suggested you do, I suggested in my guide to Crucible, is you go with the toughest attack first. Or not the toughest necessarily, the trickiest, the one you're less sure about. That definitely is this one for me. And there's really 2 ways I can go with it. One is I could use Weapon X here. Obviously, you can ability block Doom and go in on the team. So that's one option. I also can use just straight Wakanda, and he did help me a little bit here because he put Doom right next to M'Baku, and I understand his reasoning there. His hope is that as I hit M'Baku with damage, because he's a tank, he's going to splash onto Doom, and Doom's going to go under 50%. But M'Baku doesn't taunt until the second turn when he's on defense, I believe. And I think I should be able to focus on these characters and not use the Killmonger ult and just go to town on these characters. So that's sort of my thought: is hit his healer, his assister, his damage dealer, and kind of just focus my attention here, and just leave Doom to the end, and still win. That's the hope. It might not work. It might not work, but that's, I think, what I'm going to try to do. I think that'll be interesting to see. And I think it's worth doing in this video because even if I fail, it's interesting. And part of what I'm doing here is trying some interesting stuff for science, as I put it. Okay, so I think for science, we'll try Wakanda here. If that works, then I think we'll do the mirror match here in Infinity Watch, and then we're going to have a lot of awesome options here to use. I mean, we'll use Uncanny to clear this. That's no big deal. But I'll have both A4 Doom to use here and Weapon X. I probably will just ignore this, and I'll just try to, use a great team there in the slowdown room. Okay, we'll have some definite options that we can use, against the slowdown team, because we're going to have whatever, certainly Weapon X, is generally a good option against a team like this, I would think. We'll also have options against Young Avengers if, for example, the team that I use in War, the A4 Doom doesn't work. We have the option of using, let's say, Weapon X here. All right, so that'll just make it easier for us to win. All right. So let's try to do the tough fight first. And I think if I can kill Okoye or kill Black Panther, it'll work very well. So ideally, I get one of these two down early. Okoye is obviously gear tier 16, so that'll be a challenge. But I think we'll start with this one. Okay. You can see my team. I made it a little bit bigger. I did put gear tier 15 and gear tier on both Okoye and Black Panther this time. I feel like they're the keys to the team. I'm still lacking a lot of T4, so this is a major punch up. It's a major punch up. So let's see how it goes. Partly, we're going to have to see who they pick on early on. If Shuri, one thing that could happen is Shuri could randomly give energy to Doom on turn 1, and if that happens, we may just be all over. Okay. We're going to go over here. All right. And then we'll just keep going after Okoye. I think it's safer. So far, so good. But the question is, Doom going to... So this target and all adjacent targets, so we should be fine. You can see now why I focused on Okoye, because she's in the middle. And I'm screwed. I'm screwed because Doom ulted. Probably would have been safer with Wakanda. Okay. We're going to quit this one because it's not worth keeping. So... the issue was there. I didn't use the ability block. That was just purely a... Wait. Yeah, I would say... you can see I'm not really... I have no ability block here, as you can see. You know, there's no ability block I can do here either, right? Just showing you, like, there was no option for me to ability block this. And that's the issue. So I think we're going to have to, I think this did not work. All right. So this is a neat idea, but I think the reality is in practice, this is just not going to work. So I think we'll try Weapon X. See how it goes. And if I can't clear this with either Weapon X or if I can't clear this with Weapon X or with Wakanda, I lose. So we'll give it a try. Now the question is, do I want to replace anything in here? Do I want to replace, let's say, Silver Samurai or something else and put in a different character, right? I could throw in Doom here. You know, that's an option as well. But I think maybe Weapon X is simpler. Just use straight Weapon X. All right, we'll just use straight Weapon X. Devastator saying he uses Doc Ock for flip. That's sort of an interesting idea. We'll do straight here. All right, let's give it a try. Sabretooth gives a lot of damage, so people are saying, replace Doc Ock for him. If I was going to replace anyone, it would probably be Silver Samurai for me, but let's see how we can survive this one. Okay. We definitely need the ability block. Okay, so now we're going to rewind here. So we get the rewind on Doom. Yep, we're just going to keep going at these characters. Now we ability block this guy. There we go. So at least we know we're not dealing with Doom. I think we're gonna... I was actually stupid because he had... so that was a misplay. He had immunity, and I nonetheless went after him with... wow. It's not good. I went after him with the stun move instead of putting the barrier and so forth on my team. So I'm in a very bad situation. So I probably have just lost this anyway. Yeah, I screwed that up. That was a misplay on my part. Yep, that's it. So I screwed that one up. Yep, I screwed that up. That was a misplay. I needed to do something about M'Baku so that this way I could get the second ability block on Doom. Yep, I'm going to quit that. That was just a misplay on my part. Nothing, no excuses there. Just totally misplayed. All right, let's try this last hunt. If we don't do this, then we're going to have to try to beat his Darkhold, and we lose this one to just lose to a better player. So let's say he didn't make a mistake and actually came up with a pretty awesome counter on my Darkhold. Frankly, it's very impressive work. All right, this is it. This is last chance. I think Weapon X is the right choice. And Hasper suggesting maybe I should just go right all in on Doom. That might not be a bad way to go. I think that may be the right way to go about it. So we'll do that next time. And I just got some awesome advice from my camp that what I should have done is used it replaced Wolverine with Doc Ock. I think that's right. But I didn't do that. I didn't see that in time, but I think that is correct. That is good advice. So for all of you watching, that's not the right thing to do. I screwed that up. Yeah. Well, it would prevent offense down on my team, which is huge. In addition to the... Oh, my God, he resisted the ability block. That's basically the end there. How often does that happen? Wow. Uh-oh. We're in big trouble. Yeah, the offense down is what did it. Having this offense down meant that I had 50% less focus. That was the issue. So now... Yeah, we're dead. I did this to try to survive an ult, but it's not going to work. As you can see, it's just not enough. They had too many turns. Yeah. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to quit this. I mean, because it really is no point. Unless I can get the full team down, this is a waste. Yeah. Well, very bad. Very big mistake here. Did not do well. Not good results here. So it seems to me what I need to do is clear everything else efficiently, and then try to do whatever I can with Darkhold. I mean, frankly, his strategy was brilliant. Yeah, definitely what I would suggest is doing what some folks in my chat suggested and putting Darkhold with the team. And that's a great use of Darkhold, who otherwise sits on my bench. All right, I'm going to do this first, do the mirror match. I feel like we've done it 100 times. I should be able to beat Uncanny here. Then we'll go to Young Avengers. Might as well just beat the easy fight. All right. All right. All right. So I usually don't use the special first, but I used to do that in the mirror and arena. Let's see if that works, how that works here. Because then you can clear off all of his evades, or all but one, right? And then... Oh, you got the kill here. That's not good for me. We'll still get the slow here. You don't get the time rewind, but the slow does help. Okay. The AI targeted the right character for the slow anyway. Now, usually, by putting the evades at this point, I can avoid some of the... There you go. See, yep, I dodged the stuns. That was the idea. So now... Okay, we at least got the stun on Moondragon. All right. There's no reason not to go with the basic here. I think eye gap in my chat is making the point that I should have stunned Falavel. So that even if I don't pay like a big price here, that's still significant. So I'm saying that make sure everyone in the chat knows that that's a better way of doing it. Okay. We'll try to put the ability block here. It probably won't land. Oh, it did. Okay. May not have mattered, actually. But for the other two, I actually don't care if they basic, right? I actually would prefer to not have Nebula or Gamora basic, right? So there, it's just mainly get the heal. We don't want to lose anybody here. Okay. And now we're going to just going to try to proc these death proofs to get the revive. We go after Gamora first. She's just going to put the taunt anyway. Oh, boy. The only reason I'm doing this, focused on this here, is just the time doesn't really matter unless I time out, which obviously I'm not going to do. I'm just trying to put a little more thought into these than I might otherwise to figure out efficiency. And that's all I'm doing. All right. It is what it is. Obviously not a super efficient match, and that's the point of it, right? Because I have to try to out efficiency on him, and that's probably not going to happen, right, with the Darkhold here. So I probably already lost this match because very hard to get the efficiency over him. All right. This match will be very efficient with Uncanny. Usually I don't even lose Phoenix, and it's over in like 6 turns, as I showed you, I think, in the last one of my prior videos. I just do this because it's in case he gives me a free team as well, which is nice. All right, let's see. All right. There we go. I think the only time I've had trouble with this is when I get Phoenix ability blocked early on. Okay, I just go for Ghost Spider. I really think without her they can't do much. Then I do this. This helps keep everyone alive. Like I said, I don't even think Phoenix dies. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a very easy fight. All right. All right. So now we've got this is X'd out. We've got 2 down. So the question is now, what do I use for against Young Avengers? I think the 2 options are either A-Force Doom or Weapon X. I think Weapon X is safer. I don't think A-Force works as well outside of war, but I'm interested in what people in my chat think. All right, so A4 Doom seems like that is the call by iGap, who I think is one of the smartest players that I've gone with. All right. All right. And I'm getting other suggestions, like, do I want to try New Warriors? I would not want to use New Warriors. I think probably not the right. Not the right move. All right, I'll try A-Force plus Doom. The nice thing is that leaves Weapon X open for one of the other rooms, okay? Gives me a chance to beat Darkhold, right? All right, so we'll flip everything here, which is awfully nice. We'll put ability block on Squirrel Girl. And then who do we want to try to erase? We can try to erase her. Not going to work. Okay, we got the basic out from Squirrel Girl. And this is really the key move here. Can we get... There we go. So we got energy from Jessica Jones. So let's try to... Okay. Trying to flip these defense ups, and then let's see if the ult just annihilates them. Yeah, it does. It did pretty well, right? Because we still got a bunch of turns left to go. So now we're gonna put the big hit there on Squirrel Girl, and then it's over. There we go. Well, that was very efficient, right? $210% damage. All right, this calls an ally, so this is probably the better move. All right, we did it. All right, so now the question is, what do we use here? Because I basically have to beat this Darkhold team to win. All right. This is interesting. So what do I have left, right? We can go through this. We do have Weapon X left. That's kind of good. We have Secret Avengers Kestrel. We have... Yeah, and then I think we have Wakanda. So we do have Wakanda to use as well. I mean, that gives me another good team. At least I have some good teams to blow. Because they didn't work. We have, obviously... And then we've got... What else do we got here? We have the New Warriors. We got Silver Surfer. We've got Star-Lord T'Challa. So we have some like random pieces as well. We don't have Dormammu. Dormammu is on defense, and my Darkhold is on defense. So usually, I'm used to beating everything and just leaving the Darkhold. You know, what the enemy used on my Darkhold was this is my attack. What he used was, frankly, very innovative. I've never seen this before, so I give him major props for a very innovative counter, which is Brotherhood plus Kestrel and Dormammu. I've never seen that before. So I have some interesting choices here, right? Interesting choices. Definitely, the blinds on the new Warriors are nice. What do I, so in terms of what I use here, but, seems very powerful. And it's a big one, right? We got 7 stars. He's got 7 stars and everything. I don't have my 7th yellow. I'm not buying these 50 shard offers, so I don't have 7 yellow here. We also obviously have to leave something left over here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to reacting to what people are suggesting on my channel. People are suggesting new Warriors, and as iGap points out, Cloak gets ability blocked early on, so that's not going to work. I do have X Factor. I could use X Factor Zemo here. That's one option as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about this. I think we can try to beat them with whatever's left over, right? The question's like, what do we use against Darkhold? I mean, that's really, to me, the big question. And the only way I win this is if I beat both of these. If I beat both of these, then I have a chance. But otherwise, I don't. So somebody in my chat, Devastator, suggesting Weapon X with Doc Ock, which is an interesting one. So I guess you would drop Silver Samurai in that circumstance. But yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem. They have safeguards, so I don't think that's going to work, right? So let's just go to look at Darkhold and their kits to make sure we got this correct. So, yeah, so she's applying safeguard even outside of arena. So that's not going to, you won't be able to flip them. So maybe Emma Frost on. I have Emma Frost on defense, so I don't even have Emma Frost on offense to use with Weapon X. It's maybe a problem. Maybe what Old McDonald may have figured out or have done is just created a better offense defense mix than me. Yeah, I definitely need Omega Red to ability block Morgan Le Fay. So Morgan Le Fay has 120 speed, and Omega Red has 120 speed as well. So I could add. I do have him as skirmisher, so he lands his ability block, which, by the way, he didn't land it last time because of the offense down. Even with that, my option without Emma, my options for extra speed on this team, is small, right? I mean, sure, I could throw Cable in there, I suppose, right? But man, you're going 4-on-5 in that circumstance because my Cable's 7 red stars, but he pretty much sucks. I mean, he's only there for the 5% speed bar boost. I could, obviously Red Skull special increases speed, but that's too late in the game. You need that ability block out there early against Morgan Le Fay. Now Loki, does Loki help me? So what Loki does is he fills the speed bar of Mystic Controller allies. Is Omega Red a Mystic Controller? No, he's a Mutant Controller, so that doesn't work. Captain Sam is also 120 speed. Oh, I know. It would be Nick Fury. We'd have to use Nick Fury's special. That would be the option. Nick Fury special. We would run Nick Fury with this team for his special instead of running some member of the Weapon X team. I think that's my only option here. Yeah, this is in, and then this is in, just so we're looking at the rooms here. This is in the plane room, I think, right? Or no, defense reversal. Defense reversal. So, it's interesting, by the way, he went 7 red stars and put G16 on Heartless versus Wong. I probably would have gone more on Wong. So, yeah, I'm thinking Nick Fury is my only chance. Another alternative is to use a SAC team. That is an alternative as well. Just run a team in there that will have some survivability and eat some cooldowns and then go in. That's another option as well. But you have to time that pretty carefully. Yeah, now one thing that is good, see, ordinarily you'd say, okay, this team is going to be getting all these defensive buffs that are going to get flipped by the room, but they have safeguard on spawn. So if we want speed, the only choice I think we have to try to get as far as we can on an initial attack, it's Nick Fury. The problem is Nick Fury is going to spread defense up, which is going to he's going to go to he's going to spread defense up, which is going to turn to defense down here because they flip. Another option is I could just try to defeat this room to see whether I can afford a SAC team and use a SAC team here. I mean, I could run a team that's not necessarily a pure SAC, like run Silver Surfer and, some others out there that, I can afford to lose, right? Let's see what Silver Surfer speed is. I think his speed is actually slower than theirs, and then he speeds up over time. I could be wrong. No, he's 126. So Silver Surfer, conceivably, could try to go in there and do some ability block. I hate that costume on him. I don't know why I keep it on him. You can see that I'm spending a lot of time on this. I know a lot of people are saying, is Crucible worth the time? I mean, this is the sort of thing I wouldn't do if I was purely focused on rewards, because I've spent 38 minutes here on these Crucible attacks. So, Captain Sam would give us some speed for sure, which would give us an opportunity to at least get some attacks in. Yeah. Yeah, I almost, maybe what I need to do is put Surfer, put Omega Red, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red. Kestrel is the 5th. So what IGAP is suggesting, who's one of the smartest players that I know, who, by the way, plays at a very high level despite spending a lot less than I do, or I have historically. I'm not really doing that anymore. So he's suggesting this team. He's suggesting keeping these three and then putting actually Captain Sam, Kestrel. Use Lady Deathstrike to rewind Morgan. And then use the ability block. I mean, I do think the suggestion from some folks in my chat about using Surfer. Oh. Oh, yes, Surfer here. So I'm sorry. I'm misrepresenting iGap's team. So this is the iGap team here. We've got 2 early ability blocks. So we've got 1 ability block goes on Morgan Le Fay. Another ability block goes on Wong. And then I'm going to have to try to... So then that will not only... So Lady Deathstrike's going to slow down Morgan Le Fay. She's going to have minus 20% speed. Morgan Le Fay gets 10% speed on her turn. But nonetheless, that's a net loss of 10%. We're going to get the ability block of Surfer on Morgan, the ability block of Doom on Wong. And then we're just going to kill whoever we can. I mean, this is theory crafting here. We're just going to use this. We're going to do whatever we can to kill whoever we can here. And I think we're going to take this one fairly slow. We'll take this one. We're going to just... All right, let's give this a try. We're doing it for science. We're doing it for science. That's the fun of this. I mean, I'm at a disadvantage in this match. Like I said, really brilliant counter by Old McDonald there. All right. So we're going to rewind the turn meter here. Wow, Lady Deathstrike just got erased. Will the ability block do anything here? Yep, we got the ability block on Morgan Le Fay. Okay, so the basic. So now the question is, can we kill anybody here? She's the lowest. Let's just see how we... Oh, she does. Wow, we got her low. Oh, I should have ability blocked. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm never going to get behind the... I'm never going to get outside the taunt here. All right. I'm not sure is this even worth keeping? Should I try to do it over? Yeah, this just shows you how good the Darkhold team is. So the problem is I had to ability block Morgan Le Fay first. I don't think and my other ability block didn't come up in time to ability block Wong. Well, that was fun. There was some science there. So now we could bring in Wakandans to sack. Yeah, somebody in my channel, Billings, is suggesting maybe I should have kept it. I don't know. Wong is difficult, so I brought the 7th red with the gold promos, the 7th red on Wong. Yeah, the problem with bringing Wakanda in here is, as IGAP's pointing out in my chat, the defense up from Shuri is just going to get flipped. Yeah, this is why I wanted to keep this team. So, obviously it would have been much better to defeat the Cosmic Catastrophe, but my mistakes here led to me having to beat this team. I could not use the special for Shuri and use Wakandans to sack without using the defense up. This is tough. And I had what I thought was a very clever theory crafted team for my chat. It did not go very well. Yeah, the issue here is we get so many. So if we look at this team, one of the many things that makes Darkhold so challenging to defeat, and these kits get so long, so it's hard. I appreciate that it's hard for everyone to keep track of every detail of them. But Morgan puts safeguard in the team so they don't get flipped. So that's really tough. So maybe well, this is tough. I mean, I think sacking makes a lot of sense. I see the value of that. But we're at a point now where we kind of I don't know. Yeah, this is I don't have Darkhold, so I mean, I think the team I used was very good. But maybe just use Wakanda and just get down whatever I can. With my somewhat sketch Wakanda team that needs more T-Force. So we do maybe Wakanda first, and then use that Weapon X hybrid next. All right, let's just try this. This video is getting too long. You can see how much time I can spend debating this stuff. So let's try. Yeah, and people suggesting new warriors that Cloak just gets ability blocked, and so they get rolled very quickly. Let's just try this and just see what happens. I'm kind of resigned that I'm probably going to lose this match, and that's okay. Well, we've learned things in the loss. We learned what to do against Wakandans plus Doom, which I think is very interesting. Yeah, that's a really interesting one. All right, we're going to reduce her speed bar. I don't think that works because she didn't have immunity. All right, we threw some offense down. We like that. Okay. Eating a lot of stuff here. We aren't going to put the defense up. Eating the ult. Oh, no cleanse just really rolls this team. All right, so now Okay. Now the taunt's gone. Okay. Just doing whatever damage we can. Try to get another cooldown down. All right, we got our time warp down as well. I will say one thing about this team is it definitely did a nice job of... Oh, wow, we're getting his ult down too. It's burned a lot of cooldowns. So now, the question is on the third hit, can we do something here? So we've got a lot of stuff to work with for obviously this last attack, and we've still got to beat this team here. So let's figure out how to do that. Obviously not looking good for me in this match. Old McDonald's done a fantastic job with not only a tricky defense here, but also on offense. So let's see. So now on the so the whole previous team that we created, that really IGAP created, I give him credit for this, was all about putting ability blocks out there early. I'm not sure we need to do that anymore. In other words, I mean, we don't need... So the way we had it before was, the team we had before was, we took out these three, right? And we had... Yeah, people are asking me, why is a Koei Akira tier 16? When you're at this level, so this guy's got 4 million, I think 4 million TCP more than me, 3 or 4 million more than me. These guys have like insane rosters who just have everything, okay? And I try to be a little careful. So I think this is this is roughly what we had before. But I don't know. All right, so maybe we just roll with this. One suggestion I'm getting from my chat is maybe I should use Cloak now that Agatha's gone, with hoping that the blind is going to do a lot for me. So what is Captain Sam doing? So Captain Sam here, people are wondering why Captain Sam, because he brings a lot of speed bar to the team. Yes, Captain Sam's here basically to give my team a boost so they can get a lot of damage out. The problem is I basically have to one-shot this. And if I don't, then I lose. Now, I will say I do have to leave some stuff for the next team, for the last team. Well, let's talk about this one. So, who are we going to want to go after in this fight? Let's think about that. So, it seems to me I'm talking to my chat here. If you're watching the video, I'm talking to my chat about it. And I'm getting people suggesting things like, you know, what about Captain Sam, putting Sinister in? I think that's just, he's slow moving, because then it would clone Morgan Le Fay, is the idea. That would clone Morgan. And then, my clone Morgan would obviously ability block theirs and so on. That's, and would, and so on, right? So that's an option. I think, the suggestion in my chat is to go after Agatha first. That makes sense. I'm also getting the suggestion to just go straight with Weapon X. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do Sinister. Sinister, in my experience, it takes him a long time to get going. So we're testing here. People are asking my chat, is there a counter to Darkhold? Well, we're trying to cobble together a counter without Eternals and without Darkhold. Usually what I do is I ignore this team. But what happened is I tried some stuff against Wakanda plus Doom and didn't work. So he had a very big Wakanda team and he had Doom in there. And I tried using Wakanda, essentially mirror. And maybe I should have just kept that and rolled with it since the ult was down. I didn't. Went in without Weapon X. I think I misplayed it. So. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of good suggestions, interesting suggestions from my viewers here, or from people in the chat. And if you want to watch this, you can go to the Discord stream the Twitch stream is linked below. But I think Sharon's not going to do enough here, unfortunately. Yeah, this is definitely saying a prayer. People are saying maybe replace Lady Deathstrike. I mean, she's just good in general because she does cleanse Omega Red as well. Yeah, this is interesting. Well, I think this will be fun no matter what. I'm at the point now where I just let's just have the problem is she does get deleted. I could put Doc Ock in here just to prevent myself from getting offense down. I don't know. People are suggesting Sharon Carter. I mean, the problem is if Lady Deathstrike is going to get deleted, so is Sharon Carter. They're very similar, and so. When I look at the stats table, too, I'm just going to check their armor on the two characters. I don't think Sharon Carter has much more armor than Lady Deathstrike. If anything, I think Lady Deathstrike might even be a little higher. Yeah, actually, Lady Deathstrike's got higher armor, so they're basically just as survivable. Well, Sharon does get a... health boost from Captain Sam. So there you go. Oh, so that's an interesting thing. Let's check that out. All right, let's see. Trying to pull out something here. Wait, Captain Sam is who I was supposed to be looking at. Yeah, 40% health. Okay. That might be the better move. That may be better. Well, let's look at, does Lady Deathstrike get one from Omega Red? That's an interesting question. Huh. No. Only in war. Another option is Shang-Chi. Maybe Shang-Chi. He will hit hard with all the buffs on the team, on the opposing team. That's an option. Because I just need to kill. Maybe we throw in Shang-Chi instead of Sharon Carter. I mean, I think we got enough control. Maybe we just throw in Shang-Chi. Lady Deathstrike reduces the resistance of enemies with bleed. True, but are they going to have bleed? Are we going to be able to get bleed on them? Because I don't exactly have a bleed-based team anymore, right? So, because I'm not going to have Sabretooth and so forth. I kind of like the idea of using Shang-Chi because he will I'll probably just be able to use the ult once. So Agatha's deflect is applies bleed. So one thing iGap is mentioning to me is that an important and major kudos to him. By the way, I hope you can see when I do this what a team effort all of my content is, because there's just a lot of smart people who give me advice. That's one of the best things about my Discord community as well. Just a lot of smart people on the Discord. So one thing he's pointing out is she lowers the resistance by 50% for all enemies with bleed, which is really nice. And even though I don't have a bleed team, because Wolverine and Sabretooth are on the sidelines, the Agatha deflex will get flipped to bleed, which is true. But I guess my concern is her survivability. You know, I mean, we could just try this for science. Let's just try this team, like, whatever. You got one attack. All right. So we're going to do Sam here, Kestrel, Omega Red. And then I think actually I should put maybe Surfer in the middle. He's got all that healing. And then we'll do Omega Red. And then on the end, we'll do Lady Deathstrike. Try to keep her alive as best we can. We're going to give it a try. We're doing this for science. And this is basically a punch across, not a punch down. We're doing it for science. This video's long enough. I've got a lot of good advice though in my chat, and I would give Legend the Legend himself credit for suggesting that maybe we should be doing Sharon Carter. If I lose, he can take blame for that. But notice the bleeds are there. We do have bleeds, so there's Lady Deathstrike's gone. Okay. All right, I put the ability block on Agatha because my thought process was I maybe I should have just gone for. Maybe I should have just. Oh, jeez. Surfer got annihilated. I mean, this isn't even close, is it? Wow. I mean, absolutely got annihilated. One thing I think you can see here, too, is that, like, the team just goes so much faster before I really can even do anything. Wow. All right, let's just quit. There's no way I'm not even going to defeat a single enemy. So there's no point in. Yep. I thought I was going to clear. So that was a disaster. So now the question is just what's the most efficient way to beat this team? I got a lot. We can make a super team left, but let's just get our points and get the same. I mean, you know, people are suggesting I could use X Factor Zemo. Yeah, we might as well use a super team here. So what's our super team? Let's figure out what's the best team to efficiently do this. This is the speed up team, remember? So I'm just. We could use. They don't have any cleanse, so we could use the New Warriors. I could use Full Weapon X, potentially. People are suggesting that. Is that the fastest, though? I suppose one thing we could do is just try to, use this as an opportunity to show people what to use ordinarily, right? So this is Dark Hunters. I think people often use Weapon X against them. I think that usually always wins. All right, maybe we just use Weapon X. All right. I mean, one of the values of this is it shows something. Yeah, the problem is Omega Red. We can't use the Omega Red special because otherwise then we're going to get speed up on our team. That's true. So we got to think about what the right move is for this specific room, right? And that's the thing. I don't have the mirror left. Secret Avengers? Maybe just use Secret Avengers. Or I might be better off just using some sort of super team. Like use this team, but we can't use the speed up. So we use like Surfer. Well, we don't need a sack team for this. We should be able to one-shot this pretty easily. People are suggesting sack teams. Yeah, no, I've already lost this match, everyone. First of all, he has higher TCP than me by like 3 or 4 million, so he's going to win any tiebreaker anyway. But I think this team should be good. Should be good enough. I don't see why this team would have any trouble. Secret Avengers plus Kestrel plus Surfer. Yeah, just give it a try. We've already lost this one, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on a match that's already defeated. This is not going to be the win for us here. Okay, we're getting a lot of this. That's why you definitely want to, having a team that has cleanse and so forth is good. Okay, I'm going to ability block him because he's about to go. And I really can't afford that at this point. Wow. Kestrel lost. That's Kestrel died from bleeds. I said lost. She died. All right, let's... All right, I'm going to get rid of the one guy or stun the one guy who could cleanse their debuffs. Let me get him to almost dead. I think we'll do our thing with Ghost Rider here as well. I'm just getting defense up here. This did put speed up on him. Okay. Yeah. Maybe not the cleanest match. It could have been, but it got the job done. One thing that I made a mistake of is summoning here. Maybe it helped me in some way, but it really ensured that I lost efficiency because the other side took turns. Okay, and that was a mistake. Or I took too many turns, I should say. Yeah, and I also, you can argue that maybe I shouldn't have used a Sam special, but, there we go. So we lost this one. If we had defeated, I think even on the third round, if we had defeated this one, because he was inefficient with some of his attacks. if certainly if the original plan was to win here, if we had done that on any of the attacks, I think I would have won. It would have been close. It would have been all based on efficiency. So that was the mistake there. I think was obviously the losses there. Wakanda seemed like a neat idea. Somebody told me it worked for them, but there's a randomness with the Shuri energy. It energy fed to Doom, and that was the end there. In addition, Weapon X, I think I misplayed it the first attack, but I did it twice, even trying to correct for that, and the second time it didn't work. So I don't think that's a 100% counter. So this is actually quite an interesting option, I think. Now, I think an argument can be made that maybe Darkhold is better left on offense. And IGAP, who's in my chat, is one of the biggest proponents of this. I've mentioned to you guys before in my guide that some people think that that's better. I will say that what I've done about keeping him on defense is I basically try to make it's only a 5-room thing, and it just takes a room out of the equation. But he managed to beat me with a pretty innovative team. And so we put Dormammu on offense, used an innovative team to beat my Darkhold. So kudos to him. Obviously, I'm at a disadvantage because people can see what my defenses are because I broadcast them on the stream. So I have to change them up more frequently than I have been. So that's a fault of mine as well. I would suggest that for all of you because there are people out there carefully keeping track of who these defenses are. All right, great win by Old McDonald. Congratulations to him. And guys, if you have any questions, certainly post them below. But otherwise, if you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you got comments, questions, cheers, jeers, happy, sad, angry, mad, put it below or go to my Discord. That's linked below. You can go to my Twitch stream. That is linked below too.